Alright, so I just finished Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown today, and I just wanted to do a video talking about it, if I recommend it, stuff like that. You guys know the drill. Kind of a review slash my thoughts on the game as a whole, as I did my initial impressions. I knew as soon as I played the game for like an hour, I knew I was going to enjoy the game and play through the game all the way through. I did not 100% it, I got like 71% completion. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. So getting 100% completion will be very time consuming and kind of tedious if you don't really have a lot of the warp point things activated, I guess. But I'll get into that later on in the video. But if you like the video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into this video and talk about Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown and why I think you should play it. So, before I can continue, special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to play this game right away like I was able to. Well, pseudo right away. Walmart kind of delayed my progress by 2 days, but whatever. I still got through it in like less than a week, I guess, or a little over a week since it released. But yeah, as soon as I played the demo, I knew I was going to like it. The demo is a very good representation of what this game is going to be. The only thing about the demo that was very weird and kind of strange is they give you one of the abilities you unlock kind of later in the game, like a good portion of the way through it. They give you the dash ability in the demo, which I thought was kind of weird because when I started the game, I was like, wait a minute, why can't I dash? So I stopped and I looked it up because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. And I was like, oh, well, it's like way later in the game. Okay. Well, not way later, but like way later than in the beginning of the game. It's like a decent portion of the way through the game. And I'm like, that's kind of a weird thing to give you. I guess to get you used to like the speed of the game. Because once you get that, it kind of speeds up like what you can do and like wall jumping, and you can get up the areas quicker, and you can just traverse areas quicker by just dashing. And there's also a run thing. You just hold the slide button to run as well. So there is a run feature, but dashing also helps you if you can like cancel out of it and do a small jump and dash. You kind of pick up speed, so it's kind of nice. And I think that's why they gave it to you in the demo to let you know that look, this game can this will speed you up when you get it. But it made me think that that you have that ability like early in the game, which it's still semi early. Like I said, it's not like way late in the game like some of the abilities are. It's just it's not right away. So just know that if you play the demo, you're not gonna have access to like the dash ability right away. I think that's the only ability they really gave you, and maybe the arrows and the chakram boomerang thing. I think that's the only things they give you in the demo that you don't have right at the beginning of the game, which is fine. I just want to let you guys know that if you check out this demo, it's not indicative of the first part of the game, really. But with that out of the way, the main game itself, the story and stuff, the story is kind of like your standard story. You play as one of the immortals, Sargon, and you're trying to save Prince Hassan from getting killed by someone. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but basically that's the whole gist of the game. There's a huge plot twist near the end of it that I'm not going to mention. Suffice to say that the story was actually pretty good and pretty well done, and I actually did really enjoy the story and all the little tidbits in there. There's a lot of tidbit lore stuff too that you can explore when you explore areas in different parts of the game. There's different things you can get to unlock different parts of the lore of the game. They give you deeper backstory into some stuff and things like that. There's a lot of stuff to do in this game. It's crazy how much they crammed into this game. and it's very Metroidvania. Like I used to hate that term that people use, Metroidvania, combine Metroid and Castlevania into one mishmash of a way to describe a game. But that is an apt description for how this game is. It is very Castlevania Symphony of the Night like, and it is very Metroid like. There's a lot of platforming, and there's a ton of exploring in the game. And the platforming does get fairly difficult later on in the game. Thank God they have this platforming assist thing for people that aren't really good at platformers. Like me, I didn't use it till like way late in the game because I was getting stuck at one specific part and I turned it on and it literally just creates a teleporter and you just press up on the joystick or the left analog stick to move. Then you press up again and then it just teleports you to the end of the platforming section. It is really nice if you're getting frustrated and stuck at a part of platforming that's really annoying. Like that is kind of convenient. They can toggle it on and off because there were parts I didn't really want to use it on, but I was stuck at this one part for like a good hour and a half, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna see what this platforming assist is because it'll tell you like there's a platforming assist thing. Go into the options and switch it on if you're struggling to get past this part. It actually tells you that if you fail it like a lot. And so I did. I was like, oh, it literally just cheats for you. That's literally what it is. It's basically a built-in cheat mode for like platforming sections. So I don't recommend like relying on it because you won't really get good at platforming and wall climbing and using the dash and using all the different abilities you get. I don't want to mention all the other abilities because it kind of spoils some of the story and stuff. But there's a time ability that you can rewind yourself and put yourself somewhere and then make a spot, and then if you press the button again, you go back to that spot. You will have to get good at using that in midair and stuff like that. It's very integral to the game, and that's when the platforming gets really intricate and kind of more difficult when you have to like use a bunch of the abilities you acquire in the game. That's another thing too. There's a lot of neat, cool abilities in the game as well, like the dashing, the time thing, the little I don't know what it was called, the the grabbing like time skip thing. I forget what it was called in the game. It's like a grappling hook type thing, but you only use it in like specific areas of the game. But it's really fun to like just whip around with it. It's a pretty cool ability. Then you have the chakram. You can throw the chakram. You can shoot arrows. Then there's amulets and your Athra surges. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It might be like Athora surges or something. But there's different. I don't want to say super move. I guess super moves, super attacks that you can do. There's level 1 attacks, level 2 attacks, and level 3 attacks. Level 3 attacks, of course, you get way later in the game. Level 2 attacks, you get like midway through the game, like quarter way through the game. And then your level 1 attack, you kind of get towards the beginning. I don't really remember because there's so much stuff in the game that I don't remember exactly when you get it. But when you get it, it does help out beating bosses and stuff like that later on in the game. And there's a lot of cool abilities. Like there's a healing ability. There's really cool like cinematic super attacks. But those are the level 3 ones, of course. They do the most damage. And they do have recovery time. There's also a parry system in the game. You do have to get good at parrying. I do want to stress that. If you're not good at like timing and stuff like that, there is a training mode later on in the game to let you get used to like parrying and stuff like that. And you can just practice things. Parrying is one thing you do want to try to get good at because the better you parry stuff, the the more meter you build, and also the more you could be able to easily counterattack a boss or an enemy. Now, if they flash white, that means you can do a standard parry, where you can just, after you parry it successfully, you can attack them and just get a combo or whatever. If it's yellow, that means it does a cinematic like counter parry, where it's like an almost on standard normal enemies, it's an instant kill. On boss battles, it does like, I don't want to say a lot of damage, but a decent amount of damage to them. And the red one, when you see a red glowing indicator above their head or wherever it is, that's when you have to dodge by sliding or just pressing the backflip. And that's something that I struggled with, like training my brain not to do, not to try to parry every incoming attack, learning when I could parry and what I can parry, and learning the different kind of like parrying things like the yellow and the white, and then dodging and stuff like that. It's a very, I don't want to say deep combat system, but it's fairly robust for the kind of game it is. You wouldn't think that a game like Prince of Persia would have something like that. It kind of reminds me of, this probably wouldn't be an apt description for a lot of people, but if you played Metroid Samus Returns on 3DS, that had a counter system as well. It kind of reminded me of that, but that was a very dumbed down version of this, because it only had one kind of counter, and that was it, I think, if I remember right. But this one has two, the white and the yellow. So the combat system is very fluid and very, very good and satisfying. Which, once you get the hang of it and you start pulling off like parries, and you get more amulets, which I'll get into the amulets in a second. The amulets, there's one in particular that can help you extend your combo to like a 5-hit combo, I think, which is very, it's very good, but it's also not that effective against faster enemies, because it's like a slower kind of attack. Sort of after the third hit, Sargon will do like a flip and then another flip to finish the combo. So it's not really ideal for like boss fights and stuff like that. So you kind of want to limit how many. Don't just mash the button. Kind of be weary and conscious of how many times you're pressing the attack button. Like I said, it can leave you open for like an attack, or you won't be able to parry in time, or whatever. With that out of the way, let's get into the amulets and the I don't remember the technical name of it, but like they're basically amulet holders. You can get up to 10 of them, I believe. And there's a couple you get pretty easily, but there's some that are pretty well hidden in the game. I had to look up where one was. I found most of them on my own, all but one. The one I missed, I don't know how I would have missed it, because it wasn't in like a super hidden spot. Be looking out for stuff in chests. You will get a lot of amulets and time crystals and other lore things, just other key items and stuff like that. There's like there's these petals you can get if you get 4 of these. I forget what they're called. They're like yellow little petal things. If you get 4 of them, you get an extra life bar. And I think the first one you get is actually a full petal thing, so you get like an extra life bar like right away. You don't have to get all the life bars, but you do want to try to get as many as you can. I didn't find them all, I don't think. I found a lot of them. I think there's one post game I think you can get. I think. Or like right before the boss battle, you find this person and you have to do these things to get one life bar. But that's if you really want to. But the amulets are where the game really kind of opens up in the strategy department. And that's where you can equip different things on Sargon. Like there's ones that up your combo. Your combo strain can be upped. I think it was +2 was the max, which means it was like 5 or 6 hits. But then there's one that there's a ton of them. There's too many of them to name, but there's one that gives you extra bars of health if you go save at the whack whack trees. They give you an extra bar of health. If you upgrade that more than once, you get like 2, and I think 3 bars of health is the max. So that's very useful. But some of them will take up like 2 slots, 1 slot, 3 slots. It just depends. It tells you on the amulet menu, like it has dots below each thing, below each amulet, and it tells you that tells you how many slots it takes up. So you want to try to think like how you want to play the game. Do you want to play with more health, more combo, strains, more damage to your bow? Like I had the extra health, the getting more super meter bar when you get hit. Because that actually does come in handy. It doesn't sound like it would, but trust me, it did. There's a ton I have on. I don't remember these all of them I had on, but some were like 2 slot ones, and most of them were like one and 2 slot ones. But you just want to kind of mix and match what works for you. But that's the nice thing about this game is that you can play it how you want to play it. Now the game took me 20 something hours to get through because I was looking everywhere and anywhere I could and trying different things when I could. So that's why it took me a little bit longer. But I heard, from other people that played the game that like if you don't look for everything and try to do side quests and stuff like that, which side quests are kind of important if you want to get like extra like crystals or like some of the trinkets you can get to upgrade some stuff from the forge lady, which the forge is kind of a cool idea, but it gets really tedious as you start upgrading more stuff because you need some of those like trinkets and I forget what one of them was called, like the little circular amulet looking stone thing. You need to get a bunch of those, and you have to just look around and find them. They're not on your map labeled anywhere, which is kind of annoying. Even if you buy the map from Farba, she's a little girl you run across later in the game. And well, not late in the game, but like a little bit past the beginning of the game, you'll run into Farba. She'll explain to you what her deal is, what she does for you, and blah blah blah. You can buy maps from her for 50 time crystals. It basically opens the map for you, but it doesn't tell you where certain things are. It doesn't tell you where those little like stone amulet things are. Or what I don't remember the names of all of them because there's 2 different types of like special currency, I guess, in the game besides the time crystals. The time crystal is like your main upgrade path, and you can upgrade your potions to a max of 4. You can upgrade the efficiency of the potions by some lady in the Haven. You can. That's where you get your first amulet, I believe, is where you get your first amulet, or your first like amulet holder thing. I think that's what it's called, is this amulet holder. I thought it had a name to it, but it might not. It might just be called amulet holder. I don't know. I don't remember. But you do get your first one now. I will give you that little hint right there. But yeah, overall, this game is like packed to the gills. If you want a game that has a ton of replay value, even after you complete it, like there's still fun stuff you can do. You can just mess around and do stuff. And I wish they had a boss rush mode or something. Like, I hope they add that within a patch or something, or like an update. I think a boss rush mode would be really cool because a lot of the bosses were really fun to fight against. Even the final boss was like super fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game a lot, and I can't wait. This is one thing I'm really looking forward to with this game. And I was telling my wife that when she was watching me do the last boss, and she was laughing at me because I was like getting mad at the boss, and he was like chuckling while she was watching me play because I was like, oh my god, just like freaking out because I was like getting close. Um, but anyway, it was just funny seeing my wife's reaction to me beating this game. Um, which I'm actually surprised I didn't struggle as much as I thought I would have with this game. But that's one of the reasons why I didn't stream it, guys. I know a lot of you guys probably wanted me to stream this game, but if I would have, I would have been struggling with this game. Like, this game would have taken me a long time to stream, and I don't know if I would have the patience to like focus on chat and focus on the game. This game requires a lot of focus, and if anyone streamed it and actually like got through it on a stream, kudos, because that takes a lot of like mental energy and like just wherewithal to be able to do that. Like, I don't envy somebody playing this game on stream, but that's why I didn't, because I knew I'd struggle with it. So that's why I'm doing this in-depth video talking about my thoughts on the game. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, the one thing I can't wait for is speed runs of this game. Like, this game is gonna be crazy when people find out ways to like sequence break it and just break the game in general. Like, I love watching speedruns, and this game is gonna be sick as hell to watch, dude. This game is gonna be insane. I can't wait to see what the speedrun community for this game is gonna be like. Now, there's no way in hell I'm gonna try to speedrun this game because I just don't have the dexterity to do it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Hell, I'm not even kidding. In this, I'll give you guys this other little hint slash how I played through the game. I had to modify my controls, remap my buttons in the Switch menu when I played through it because, as you guys know, my left hand doesn't really have that much dexterity in it. So I had to map a lot of the parrying, the dashing, the time things, like all the abilities. I mapped to like almost the right side of the controller. There was one I didn't because I knew I could just click it on and off. It's one of the ones you activate and deactivate by pressing and then pressing again. So I knew that one wouldn't be that big of a deal for my left index finger uh, to press. So remapping the controls really saved me with this game because I would have struggled for sure if I wouldn't have remapped. So if you have any kind of malady or disability, don't fret. You can easily remap your controls, even on PS4 and PS5. You can go into like the remapping section of the PS5 as well to do that. I am kind of curious though about the PS5 version to see like how much better it would play because honestly, I didn't notice too much frame dipping and stuff like that. I mean, there were a couple of glitches here and there, but that might have just been the game in general and not like indicative of the Switch version. Overall, the Switch was fairly solid. I would say it was fairly solid 60 FPS the entire time. There were a couple of times when it like hiccups, but it was mainly during like when you're saving or like right before a cutscene starts or something like that. But overall, like the game looks gorgeous too. Like the art style is pretty cool, and the music, God, I loved the music in this game. Just the Middle Eastern like Persian type music of the game. the music, it fit the atmosphere so well. I loved it. It was the music fit the game so well, and I love the atmosphere of it. It made it more enjoyable and kind of draws you into the experience more. Yeah, I think that'll about do it for my thoughts on Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Like I said, guys, you can easily go check this game out. You don't need to watch this long video of me explaining why to buy this game when you can just try the demo yourself. Like literally, just go on your Switch or your PS4 or PS5 or Xbox or even your PC and just download the demo and try it out. If you like it, go ahead and buy it. It's I believe it's see I don't know I don't know how much it is because I had a coupon from Walmart when they screwed up an order on mine. They give you like a 10% off coupon. So I paid like $43 for it because I had a coupon. So I think it was okay. I was right. It's a $50 game, but I like I said I used a coupon code, so I got like $43 in some odd sense. But yeah, it's definitely worth $50. Like it's a no brainer. If you love 2D platformers and just action games in general, you'll definitely love this game for sure. Especially if you played like Metroid, Castlevania, oh even God of War. Like it has that God of War feel to it because the parrying and the just using dual swords and stuff like that. It feels like God of War, but it's like 2D. So yeah, it's a really cool game. I really enjoyed it. I really want all of you guys that watch this video to at least try the demo for me. Please, at least give the demo a try. And if you like this game, go buy it. Go check it out. I really enjoyed it. And for me to enjoy a platformer says a lot because I struggle with those games, but I really enjoyed it. I persevered through it and got through the game. And I might 100% it when I'm bored. I don't know. But anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to my Patreon supporters: Matt Y99, Reaper7734, Title Cow, AJ Gatto, Oliver Frederick, Zoe Adby, It's Me, Charlize, Joe, William Swift, Jeff17, Tron Buchanan, Reverse Security, Zoo Hall, Artiliab, Just Drew, Ari Munsane, HHG Fan, Elliot Scott, Benjamin Teller, Matt Glosoro, Vic Gomez, and Freddie Land. But I wanted to do a little special shout out to my newest Patreon supporter, Lee Fernie. Thank you for supporting the channel for $3. Or actually, I should say €3, it looks like. I think. Judging by this email right here. So thank you for the support. And if you want to support me, it's only $1 a month. I really do appreciate you guys that support the channel. Because without you guys, this video wouldn't be possible. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to support me, it's only $1 a month. Really helps out a lot. Thank you guys so much. And stay tuned for more videos coming up soon. Sorry I haven't been doing videos like daily like I promised. But I've been really focusing on doing Prince of Persia. So now I'm going to try to be cranking out more videos. Anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace.